Everybody's talking about it. Everybody, including myself, wants to know more about it. This is the 1031 exchange explained. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Canepoli and I own and run Taylor Allen Properties in Destin, Florida. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. I have a lot of fun selling real estate in Destin, and I have a lot of fun sharing it all with you. Okay, I am not an accountant, I am not a tax attorney, and I am not a financial advisor. I am a realtor in Destin, Florida, and I sell real estate. The 1031 exchange is buzzing right now, so I did want to touch a little bit about that here today. I did get a lot of help from the best 1031 exchange attorney here in our area, Daniel Frankfurt. And I did get a little bit of help from the Internal Revenue Service itself. I think the first thing I'd like to say is what a misconception it is that the 1031 exchange is just for like the ultra wealthy and some sort of loophole for them to either pay fewer or no taxes at all. As a matter of fact, the Florida Realtors Association says that tax-deferred exchanges give businesses and ordinary people much more flexibility and liquidity than they would otherwise have in reallocating their investments. It definitely affects us all, so keep watching. Let me give a quick explanation of the 1031 exchange. Remember, I am not an expert. The 1031 exchange is the trade or sale of one property for the trade or purchase of another like-kind property, and the capital gains taxes are deferred. That's what makes it so important. Daniel Frankfurt has helped me explain it precisely, so here is the formal definition of the 1031 exchange. What is a 1031 exchange? The Internal Revenue Code provides that a taxpayer may sell property and defer payment of any capital gains tax if that taxpayer uses the proceeds to acquire like-kind replacement property. Section 1031 of the code states, no gain or loss shall be recognized on the exchange of property held for productive use in a trade or business or for investment if such property is exchanged solely for property of like kind, which is to be held either for productive use in a trade or business or for investment. Whew, that is a lot of information. Okay, now I'm just gonna touch on the formal definition of capital gain so you have a little understanding about that as well. What is capital gain? When a taxpayer sells property and has a gain, that gain is capital gain that is subject to taxation. How do you determine capital gain? You take selling price minus adjusted basis, which equals capital gain. Adjusted basis equals basis, which is the amount you originally purchased the property for, plus the amount paid to make improvements to the property minus depreciation taken. Again, a lot of, maybe some would say complicated information. So again, please refer to your tax attorney experts. Some 1031 exchange examples are, let's say, raw land for an apartment building, maybe a shopping center for an apartment building, a hotel for a farm, or even certain oil, gas, or mineral rights. So as you can see, like kind is sort of a broad term, so it's definitely always best to refer to the experts. Let's talk about the timing of it all. The majority of exchanges are delayed. Sellers typically have to sell a property, designate a like-kind property to purchase, and then close on that property. It is rare that properties are actually traded or swapped. So there are some timelines to follow in order to stay in line with the rules of the 1031 exchange. Okay, first you have the 45-day rule. So once you've actually sold a property, it's closed, and you want to do a 1031 exchange, you have 45 days to designate a like-kind property. And what that means is you find the property and you go and tell whoever you've chosen to handle your 1031 exchange that you've found a property. The second rule is the 180-day rule. What this is you have 180 days to close on the designated like-kind property. Here's the very important part of this. You do not start the 180-day countdown after you've designated the like-kind property. You start counting both rules at the same time. Here is an example of these two rules combined. Let's just say you sell a property and 15 days after you've sold that property, you have designated your like-kind property to purchase. Now you have 165 days to actually close the property, the like-kind new property. So that's your 45-day countdown and your 180-day countdown starting at the same time. Please remember that the 1031 exchange is the trade or swap of property for business and investment purposes. If you want capital gains taxes deferred, it has to be like-kind property. If it's not, the IRS is going to say no. And if you do it right, there is no limit on how often or how many times you can actually do a 1031 exchange. Probably the most important thing to remember is that please contact a professional for more detailed information about the 1031 exchange. I have learned a lot about the process just by doing the research for this video, but there's so much more information and it can be very complicated. So again, this video is just meant for like a general overview of the 1031 exchange. Please contact your favorite tax attorney professional. You can contact my super smart buddy, Daniel Frankfurt. He's awesome. I am very happy to say that for now, it appears that the 1031 exchange is safe from any sort of restriction or just cut completely as part of a tax reform. So if you are a seller who could potentially benefit from the 1031 exchange, determine what your needs are, designate a like-kind property, and talk to your favorite professional, Daniel Frankfurt. Check out my video on Florida homestead. It's another great tax break. You know the drill. Like and share my video. Don't forget, I am posting every Thursday about all things real estate in Destin, Florida.